Hi and welcome back. Still here in sunny Brisbane. Very blessed to live in this climate. Very grateful. And here we are, video 2 of the Sun Sign Self-Awareness series. And we're talking about the sun, of all things, with the sun shining today and its affinity with the sign of Leo. So the sun rules Leo in the birth chart. And this series is not just for people who are born under the sign of Leo. We all have Leo in our birth chart. And we certainly all have the sun somewhere, which is the very essence, the very core of who we are. In French, the word le corps means heart, the heart. And it's where the word courage comes from. And do we have the courage to be who we really want to be? The courage to shine that heart energy, the essence of who we are. You know, what fulfills us, what lights us up. This is all what comes out when we look at what the sun placement in an astrology chart. So the sun is like the center of the cosmos. You know, all the planets go around the sun. You know, how do you shine your light? That's a very important piece of that astrology chart. So how did you go with the mirror exercise from last week, which was actually touching on this subject? Were you able to say I am, and to say positive words about yourself and to own that? Say, yeah, I really am. I am this and I am that. Or did you find as you did it that you recoiled a little bit, or that negative words crept in? Maybe, you know, yes, I can't be too full of myself. Yeah, it's amazing how powerful a mirror can be. When we stand there and we talk to a mirror, the feedback we get is quite instant, isn't it? Now, with this in mind, I've actually put some remedies on my website. So if you go to www.motherearthastrology.com, you'll find there's a new menu path in there. If you go shop, zodiac remedies, and you'll find the sign of Leo. So I'm starting with Leo because this is where the self-awareness series is beginning. And in there, you'll find I've started to load on individual bush flower essences that actually tackle particular energies or blockages that we may have around that sun sign. So for example, you may really want to do something with your life that, you know, this is really me and I love doing this and it really fulfills me. Maybe there's a course you want to do or a workshop you want to sign up for, but you're thinking, I can't do it because it's going to impact on the family, or there's some other reason, and you're just connecting with this real strong sense of guilt. And for you, the Sturt Desert Rose would be a great remedy to try. You know, the bushflower essences really are amazing. They can help us to really work through those particular blocks or issues, because the bottom line is, if you're not going to be you, and you're not going to be there and shine as you want to do and live to your, you know, maximum potential, and who's going to do it? Because there is no other you in the world. You are unique. There may be a sense of all work and no play in your life at the minute. And for you, you might want to look at little flannel flower, which helps us to connect with that spontaneity and that joy and that playfulness. And this is another thing. When we're really standing in the power of who we are, and when we really connect with our essence, we're connecting with what fulfills us. We're connecting with what lights us up, with an innate creativity that just is so joyous to us that we just want to do. You know, it's not work. It's maybe your work. You may be doing it through work, but that work feels so joyful to you. You know, it's not a chore. Now, the next exercise we're going to look at is how to locate the sun in your birth chart. I actually have an ebook which is called Introductory Tips for Astrological Self-Awareness, which is a bit of a tongue twister. Anyway, within that ebook, it gives you tips as to how to read your own birth chart. It's all very simple. I've laid it out as simple as I could, so don't let that get feel like it's a bit difficult for you. You'll find in there that I explain what the symbols are in a birth chart. For example, the sign of Leo, what the image or the symbol is for that. And I also use keywords to explain the houses of a chart and the signs of a chart. Now, when we're looking at the sun in a birth chart, the symbol looks like this, okay? So the sun placement is a big circle with a small dot in the middle. And if you think of this, that the big circle is the cosmos, okay? So this is the all, the cosmic whole, and the little dot is you. What are your gifts, okay? What are you bringing forth for humanity? And how do you find that within your birth chart Okay, so this is an example of a birth chart. I've used in the video today the birth chart that I actually put onto my Facebook page and my Instagram page last week to explain when the sun went into Leo. So you can easily go on there and you can look at this a little bit closer up if you wish to. So this is a birth chart for anyone who was born at that exact time of the sun going into Leo on the 22nd of July at 7:30 p.m. And if we look at what was happening in Brisbane at that time, we find the sun, so you see the gold circle with the dot in the middle, in the sign of Leo, which looks a little like a lion with a mane, the red symbol. And in this particular case in Brisbane, the sun was showing in the 5th house, which is actually quite ironic because the sun rules Leo, and the affinity of the 5th house is it's Leo's domain, okay, in the sun. So if you go and pull up your own birth chart, and again you can get access to my ebook by signing up for my newsletter, okay? So if you go onto my website, www.motherearthastrology.com, and you hit the sign up button, if you sign up to my newsletter, you'll get the ebook for free. You'll access a download for that. And within all of that, I tell you information about how you can actually get access to your own birth chart as well, because we may not already have that printed out. So if you can get that and use the ebook to help you, and then you can locate where the sun is in your chart. Okay, so for example, this person would have the sun in the 5th house. So that sense of playfulness and that sense of really expressing who they are is absolutely core. It's essential to their life, okay? They have to connect with a sense of play to be healthy, to feel fulfilled, to be happy, you know, and to be able to shine. If you, for example, have Leo or the sun around your ascendant, so your rising sign is Leo, then you're probably here to bring that essence of who you are out to others in some way, perhaps through teaching, perhaps through public speaking, you know, to stand up in front of people and actually be who you are. And you'll be called upon to develop that most likely throughout your lifetime. You know, the sun rules royalty. And it rules fame. We're not all here to be ridiculously famous, but we are here to shine our light in some way, okay? If you have the sun in the 7th house, which is the house of partnerships, maybe you're here to actually encourage others. You know, the word courage fits within that word, doesn't it? Encouragement. And how do you feel when others encourage you? You know, when you get a bit of encouragement to be who you are, to really express your passion, my goodness, how wonderful is it to feel that support? And you know, some of us are here to actually encourage others to do that. So have a look at your chart, have a look where the sun is, have a look where the sign of Leo is in that chart as well, because we don't all have the sun in Leo. Of course, only a small percentage of us will have that. So if you go and have a look at that for me, so which house does the sun fall in? Look at my ebook. What are the keywords for the house? And how does that relate to you? You know, have a bit of a ponder on it. And then look at the sign for Leo. And look at where Leo is in your chart. Which house does that fall into? And what does that house? What are the keywords for that house? And then look at your sun. So where's your sun placement? And what sign is the sun in? So if you're born with the sun in Pisces, you're going to have a very different role in life to somebody who's born with the sun in Aries or Taurus. You know, look at the keywords again and see what that brings up for you. And I'll be back next week with the next video. So enjoy and have a great week.